Podcasting from Northwest Pennsylvania. You're listening to the Gen Extra Podcast, a show about Generation X, movies, technology, weird news, and anything else they feel like. Join them every Monday morning. Now, here's your hosts, Dave and Joe.
All right, welcome back to another episode, Breeze.
Hello.
Yes, good to be back.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually just saw you over the weekend. Well, last weekend, I guess, when this comes out.
You feeling good being back in the old Pennsylvania?
Yeah. I went to Cleveland last Saturday. We met up with a couple buddies and you. So yeah, that was a fun trip though. We had a good time. I will say we are getting a little bit older.
Yeah, a little bit. I like how I just want to pause for a second. I like how you were like, yeah, we had a couple of buddies and you
and you
and Breeze was also there.
Yeah, which by the way, man, like you let us use your other house that you have.
Yeah,
it was
my old place
fantastic.
where my dad is currently staying. Yeah,
it was great, dude. It was amazing. Like when we first started talking about doing this, I'm like, oh, I'm probably gonna get a hotel, and then you're like, no, we have a place we can all stay at. And I didn't know what to expect, and you kind of start like, imagining perhaps what it might be. And I was pleasantly surprised. This place was gorgeous. It was awesome. Had plenty of room for all of us to sleep. I slept in a twin bed, and I am not a twin bed size guy, but it worked.
Well, it was, at least it was your room, right? Like
it was great.
Like couch surfing or something like that. But
yeah, but it was fun though. It was cold walking around Cleveland.
It was cold. It was not as cold as it got the following few days though, because Cleveland, we had schools closed here for the next 3 days after that weekend because it was so cold.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, same here too. Yeah, a couple days.
Single days. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty damn cold. We had some pipes freeze actually.
Oh no!
Yeah,
fortunately, hasn't had that happen here yet, but
yeah, there's like one section where we have some pipes that kind of go like to the addition, and it was it's like crawl space. It's not basement, so they got a little too cold. But I got them unthawed before they broke, so all's good. But yeah. Where did we went to that? What was it called? 16-bit.
16-bit and Pins Mechanical. Yeah,
those are cool, man. Those are fun places. I enjoyed the 16-bit. It kind of reminded me of Coupe de Ville down in the Strip District in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, you guys were talking about that. I have not been there.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. A little tighter. All the games are kind of packed in that place. Where here is 16-bit, they were kind of spaced out a bit more.
Yeah, it was an old furniture store, so it had plenty of room.
Yeah, it was cool though. Just tons of old arcade games, and they had the duck pin bowling, which is challenging.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Definitely, I think it was a little difficult for the larger-handed gentleman, if you will. Yeah. I feel like almost if you've got a larger grip, it can almost be overwhelming because those duck pin balls are they're like bocce size, right?
Yeah.
Like bocce balls. So yeah, it's a bit different to have to chuck one of those down a lane. Yeah. And like
traditional duck pin, like they still have like pin setters. This one, same as Coupe de Ville, they have them on strings. So when you knock them down, they pull them up and they reset and stuff. But I think that kind of hindered the pins from getting proper pin action.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is too. Is they can't collide. They can't go ricocheting off everywhere. They're limited. They only go 6 inches either direction because that suspended cable is keeping them relatively in their position.
So we decided that we were all a little bit frustrated. Not bad, just a little bit. So we went real bowling later.
We did. We went real bowling. And I'll tell you what, it's like after all that, it was like, oh, it wasn't too long. We did a game and a half of real bowling and then a game of duck pin. But I was like, my arm kind of feels it. It's a weird motion.
It is, yeah. Yeah, I could feel it in my lower, the lower part of my bicep near my elbow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Day after, I'm like, huh. It was just that repetitive motion. I'm not used to that, right? I'm not an avid bowler. I enjoy it. I'll rarely turn it down, but it was one of those things where I'm like, oh,
my arm
this is unusual. Yeah, that was good.
But good. No, the when I mentioned about being a tad older, there was once upon a time which wasn't too awful long ago.
No,
where if we went out on the town, we're gonna get lit up, and it's gonna be like 2 a.m. before we end up going back to wherever we're sleeping. And, you know, by the time you get back, you're probably going to be pretty smashed.
Yes.
But that's not what happened on Saturday. we
all had like basically one drink
in each place.
Yeah. It was like, okay, let's get a drink here. And then you'd walk a bit. It wasn't like we were bar hopping, right? It was, okay, we start at 16. Oh, let's get a drink. I think we have 2 rounds there because we were there for quite some time at 16-bit. And then, and then we moved on and
we got some food at the bowling alley.
Food at the bowling alley.
Yeah, it was good though. It was fun. And I didn't I wasn't driving home with a hangover.
No.
But I was very happy to just not get absolutely blasted drunk. I think I'm growing up or growing out of it or something like. And the inner nerd in all of us, we went back at like 10:30. Like it was not late, whatever, like whatsoever. No. And we played a board game for a while. We are old.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Speaking of old, I remember the one thing that comes to mind was when we were at the bowling alley. They had a little mini arcade there at that little bowling alley restaurant combo that we went to. And you remember the punching bag, like the punching?
I was going to mention this, yes, but how are you going to tell the story?
No, I think you could probably set it up a little bit better. Why don't you set the scene for our listeners?
So as we're bowling, like Bree said, there's this the big punchy thing where it registers like how hard you punch, and there was just all different people going up to it and smacking at some like big dudes who could really throw a good punch.
They were crushing it. They were hitting like 950 points on it. Like,
they were smashing it. I didn't even want to try.
Yeah, no.
But there was this group of like teenagers beside us, and it was one of the girls like had like a satchel thing. What do you call it? Not satchel, sash. And it was like her 16th or 18th birthday or something. Well, a bunch of them went up and they started punching the bag. And there was one girl in particular who could actually throw a pretty decent punch. And she hit like 715 or something on the scale.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we were all kind of watching to see what was happening because we knew that you said you wanted to try it. So we're all
I said that before. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll give that a try. And then this gaggle of young people out there trying it.
We're just keep peeking over like a bunch of creeps. We're trying to see who hit the hardest out of the girls and see if you could beat them.
Roll the scoreboard. We really didn't care. We're like, what was her score? Okay, we're back to bowling. What was her score? Okay, back to bowling.
Yeah. So when you finally got up to punch it, your goal was to beat 715, which was
all I had to do was hit hard
girl.
Girl, yes. That was it. That was my goal.
Yeah.
It took me 3 tries, though.
I was gonna say it took a few. It might have even been 4, maybe.
Maybe 3 or 4. I know I completely whiffed the first one.
Yeah, that one I just kind of missed.
No, I swung so hard I missed, and like my shoulder hit it, and then it like went up a little bit. I got like 500 points. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not looking good. I was nervous. I was really, really nervous.
Yeah, but you did though.
A lot of the crowd was still there for that birthday group. Like I was like, well, pride's on the line.
Yeah, but you did. You exceeded. You hit like over 800, I think, on your last.
Yeah, one. I got like 820 or something along those lines.
Yeah. I should have punched it, but I was worried about my knee. I'm still favoring my.
My I mean that's a good start because any pro will tell you that the power in your punch doesn't come from your arm as much as it also comes from like your
legs and hips. Yeah,
it's your core, right?
Yeah. So I didn't even try. It was hard enough to throw the ball like properly. I couldn't even throw it properly when I was bowling. I just kind of toss it.
You were throwing it better than Justin.
That is true. That's true. No, I was injured. Yeah. Justin, he's not a bowler.
Nope. Well, he had again with the side. He's like he has larger hands, and the it's a bowling alley, right? They're the finger holes in the balls were too small. Like I could actually hear the suction as his finger got stuck and popped right out of the ball as it was letting go. So yeah, no wonder he had no control over it.
Right.
He couldn't even hold it in ball. So I feel for him on that one. At least with the duck pin, like again, it's a bocce ball basically, so you can just grab the whole ball.
Well, I gotta say, there was no finger holes in those balls, and he was kind of doing the same thing with that too.
I don't know. He nuked like those left 3 pins.
That's true.
Those left 3 pins had to watch out because when he was up there, they were done.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we also really made out at the casino.
Yeah, we stopped by the casino for like 20 minutes. Actually, I don't even think I told my wife we stopped by there. Yeah, we stopped by. It was very brief. Yeah, we stopped by for like 20 minutes, and yeah, you and Joe were playing
Video poker, old school.
Yeah, video
press
poker.
button video poker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I threw
And you
like
hit your
I threw
special
$60 into a slot called like Top Dollar, and ended up winning 300. So I was happy. I left.
Yeah, I won $3.
You did, yeah. You
Or no, $5 because I left with I put in 3 and I left with 8. So
yeah.
I
Oh,
won.
I loaned JoJo $20 because his Mac machine like didn't work. Like it like flagged it.
Do you know what's funny? You said that, and it just triggered something. You called it a Mac machine.
Or
And-
what do you call it? The ATM?
ATM is that, but the money access center that they were originally, like that was the first like commercialized ATM, and so that's something where I think our generation, our Gen X, right? We know what a Mac machine is. If you said that, it didn't phase me, but it just occurred to me as you said that. If you said that to somebody, even maybe like 10 years younger than us, I don't know that they would know what we're talking about.
Yeah, because it used to say Mac like on the side of the like.
Yeah, because it was like I think it was Money Access Center or
Yeah.
something. It was a commercialized company that ran. They built the machines and partnered with the banks to fund them, I think.
Yeah, but then I think once you started to be able to like make deposits and stuff into those things, that's when they switched to the automated teller machines.
Yeah. Oh, it is a Mac Money Access Center. I was right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Mid-Atlantic and Midwestern United States. So yeah, it was only so West Coast wouldn't even know what like Steve wouldn't even know what we're talking about.
Right.
Well, actually, no. He grew up here.
He
but-
grew up here.
He grew up here, but an OG Californian would not know. Yeah, Money Access Card, Money Access Center is the little blue card with
Yeah,
like
it was
the
a
rainbow.
blue card. Yeah, there's a Mac on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. One last thing I want to mention about the Cleveland trip was so a couple episodes ago I was talking about that the app I have on my phone that I used like ad nauseum on the cruise ship.
Oh yes,
Yeah, the fart app.
the fart app, which JoJo was not too happy with.
He
but,
wasn't. Yeah, but
But
so I just got to set up. Okay, so we were downtown Cleveland, and we were at a crosswalk waiting. It was still had like the "Don't Walk" sign up, and there was people on our side and people on the other side, all just waiting for the little white walk symbol. And as soon as it went off, I hit the timer because remember you can set the fart on a timer, and I threw it in my back pocket and started walking, and it was like perfect timing, dude. As soon as we crossed with these other people.
we just passed them the other direction.
The fart went off, and this lady lost it, dude. She's like, woo!
She like doubled over a bit. Like
Yeah.
reaction was really amazing.
You know what the best part about the whole thing was Joe's reaction.
He was so happy about that.
I know. I'm like, how? Like you of all people should not have enjoyed this. I'm like, why'd you find it so funny? He's like, I didn't think it was actually gonna work.
He was such the skeptic, and I think that just the sheer joy. He finally realized how funny
Yeah.
that is. Oh, but that one was ooh, and she just was like,
Oh,
it was
she
loud.
laughing, dude. Yeah.
Well, she was losing it. She was talking with the person she was walking with. She's like, ooh, and she started muttering away.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. And you didn't even turn back. You just kept walking.
Yeah.
That was funny. Like, you were like, cool guys don't look at explosions. You
Yeah.
kept on walking like it was nothing.
Yeah, I had my hood up. And my hands were in my pocket. Like, oh, it was the best.
It was really quite great.
Yeah. So anyway, in other news, Breeze, Florida is getting covered in snow.
Yeah. It's and you know what? This coming Friday, January 31st, is Hell's Freezing Over Day. Florida's freezing over. Very, very cold, at least in I think it's Pensacola area, the panhandle of Florida. And
It's the northern part of Florida, but still, like, whenever they do get snow, it's usually pretty minimal if they do. Like, it's not wildly uncommon for northern Florida to see snow once in a while, but it's like half an inch, like a dusting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not this time.
Not this time. Like, there's places reporting like 7.5 inches of snow. That's like shut that part of the state down.
Yeah. I will say at least Florida. I mean, it's there's no way to handle that. Like the people aren't prepared for that level of cold.
No,
but
a half a foot of snow.
Flat. But at least it's flat in Florida.
Yeah,
I from places like Pittsburgh, where if Pittsburgh gets dumped on, like you just can't go anywhere.
I mean,
because
they handle it pretty well,
just-
but it's very hilly. It's so hilly.
It's very hilly. So the ice becomes much more dangerous,
Yeah.
right? Florida's, you just drive. It's flat.
Yeah, what I was wondering about Floridians, when they see snow, it's minimal, but this time around, like, they don't have boots. They probably maybe have some coats, but they don't have, I doubt most people have like heavy winter coats and gloves and snow hats, and they most certainly don't have sleds. Like they're not going to go out and, sled. Well, of course they don't have hills, so I guess they're not going to be doing a sled ride anyways, but I don't know. It's just weird. Like we get the heat up here. We don't get Florida heat, but we combat that with air conditioning. But how do they can't deal with like a lot of snow. They're just
right.
Completely not used to it.
And so you got to hope that it's going to be like brief, right? Like it will turn around and it will get warmer again. But yeah, there's no real natural, you don't have heaters in your house in Florida. You do. I mean, like if an HVAC system, it'll work, but that's not what's running.
I didn't think about that. Yeah. I guess it's probably hooked up.
Yeah, because it can get chilly. I mean, it'll drop below. Like it'll drop below like 60 below. You don't want to be in like 50 degrees constantly. That's quite chilly to live in. So you'd have heaters. It's not like they're without heat. But
yeah, that's true.
It's probably like when it gets like super hot in Texas and they face an energy crisis because they're trying to run all the air conditioners, but like reversed, right. Where like all the heaters are on. Of course, probably uses less than the ACs usually do in Florida.
It doesn't.
Oh boy,
if it's electric heat, it takes more energy, more electric to create heat than it does to run an air conditioner.
Good to know.
Yeah,
I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, so
I do know that I have to change the extension cord with my portable radiator that I keep down here at my workstation because
was getting hot.
Yeah. Like it was an older extension cord. I should have known that to begin with. I'm like, okay. I went to the hardware store and I got one that's actually rated for a higher,
like a 20 or 30 amp.
Yep. Yep. It was. I felt it. I was like, oh my god, this is warm. Like that's not.
It'll burn, dude. Yeah. It's probably what was it like one of them like cheap ass like ones you put in like a Christmas lights.
A little white like beigeish kind of thing.
Come on, man. You're gonna burn your house down, dude. Be careful.
I thought that was gonna be fine. That was stupid of me. So yeah, got it on a proper one now.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Another thing about Florida too. Did you hear about the warning that Florida gave out to its people was to watch out for falling iguanas?
Oh, yes. I hadn't heard it for this year, but now my dad, whose house we were staying at, because he's a snowbird, he's witnessing. I mean, he sees this on the regular. He's just outside of Cocoa Beach area, and yes, this is a thing. Go ahead. If you have a story, read the story. If not, I can share some of the anecdotes that I've heard.
I don't have a story.
Yeah. So, I mean, iguanas are cold-blooded. Many of the lizards, actually, I don't think all lizards are. And there's plenty of them in Florida.
I think most reptiles are cold-blooded, right?
I think that's a defining characteristic of a reptile. I could be wrong.
Alligators cold-blooded?
Yeah.
Are they? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll Google it while you're talking.
The entire reptile like family.
I thought so too.
Reptile, right? Like birds are defined as have feathers and lay eggs kind of thing. Anyway, yeah, when it gets too cold, especially now, but when it gets, I think thresholds like, freezing basically like 30, 40 degrees. They basically go into like stasis, right? They just shut down. They hibernate, but they hibernate wherever they are. So if they're crawling on a tree, which they usually do, right? You stay off the ground, stay away from predators, and they just start dropping. They do. They will just like apples from an apple tree. They will just start falling out of trees, like onto the ground, onto your head. They will just start dropping, and they're not dead because once it gets warm again, they'll kind of like wake up from hibernation and then crawl back up the tree. But yeah, it will rain lizards in Florida.
Poor things. Like imagine someone picked up and threw it in the garbage and it woke up.
Yeah, probably not the worst fate those things receive, considering how many probably get run over by like people in cars.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably not long for this world, but there's so many of them. They, strength in numbers, I suppose. But there are many lizards. Actually, I do have a kind of a funny lizard story. So, former coworker and friend of my dad's who has moved. He was from Buffalo, has moved down to Florida for his retirement. So he's down there, but he's terrified of these little lizards. Like we're not talking like the big, like pet iguana. Like we're talking like 6-inch little lizards, like
those things
geckos.
they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes. And so one got into his house. He was terrified. Like on the chair, like Looney Tunes level, like human on the chair from the mouse on the floor. Really? This guy
just grab
was
it. Just grab it.
Right.
If you can.
It freaked him out so much that there was this lizard invading his home. So my dad, as a prank, actually like made posters of like no lizard posters, like no smoking. He just he went over to his house and he just put all these up. And he's like, "Hey, Tom, I got your security system there." And he showed him all these no lizard signs all over. He goes, "This will keep the lizards out." But he was freaking out. He's like, my dad's like, "Tom, just don't move. Don't go towards it. It doesn't want to be here. It will leave."
Yeah. What if you got a cat? Do cats eat those little geckos like they do mice?
I would assume they would.
Yeah, just get a cat.
I'm sure my cat would. I'm sure my cat would be thrilled.
I mean, cats they eat snakes. They eat everything.
Yep. Because they can process bone, so they'll eat it.
Yeah. I watch my cat pounce on grasshoppers. Yeah, they'll come back with all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Get a cat.
Ours brought back a mouse one time. Found a mouse in the basement and brought it upstairs to us.
Good boy, good kitty.
My wife was good kitty. My wife was not thrilled about that. She came home to it first, and there was just this mouse sitting on the floor right by the back door. The cat's just perched right behind it, like look what I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I loved it.
Like, where's my pets? Go ahead.
Exactly. Like, yep. Behold, I have earned my keep. Pet me human.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you find for national days? You mentioned the one about National Hell Freezing Over Day.
National Hell Freezing Over Day. Yeah, I thought that was a little bit weird, but yeah, that was one. Nothing. I don't know. That's such an odd. So some of these are getting more and more weird as I go through these things as I run through. But some normal-ish ones are coming up. So we have on Tuesday, January 28th, is International Lego Day, which I find kind of funny. Were you big into Lego when you were?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, what kid wasn't?
But now,
now,
say like
no. I mean, they're fun to play with. When the kids were little, I'd still play with them. But no, not as an adult. I don't Lego it up.
I usually get the architecture, the Lego architecture sets. They're usually like 10 inches. They're like 10 by 10. They're small ones, like little micro builds. And like they're like cityscapes, right? So it's like
oh, excuse me.
Ding.
Sorry. Go on.
Are my fries done?
No. No. Bump the button over here. My bad.
Oh, that was really funny. I was like, oh, did I win a prize? Cool. No, like the London, like London's bridge and the
London Bridge Lego set.
Yeah, well, mini ones, the little architecture ones, Lego architecture. They're smaller, and I like them because I could fit them like on a shelf or on a desk, and it's kind of like fun decor. So I'll build those, and they're kind of fun. They're not challenging. They're just enjoyable. They're good little art pieces that I keep, but that's about all I do for Lego. But my kids, yeah, definitely big Lego fans. We went to a Lego Expo out in Cleveland a number of years back before COVID. That was pretty awesome too. Like they actually have some of the mega builds, if you will, that they like ship in, and you get to see them and you get to talk to actually the people who made them and designed them. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy what they build.
Did you ever? Have you had your kids down to Disney?
Yes. Yeah.
There's one part of the park there. I think it is like the Lego part,
mm-hmm.
Where they have like a dragon maybe or something humongous crafted out of Legos
in the water. Yeah, or it's kind of protruding from the water there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see.
Cool. Every so often, there's a traveling Lego sculpture exhibit that they'll bring around, and every so often one will come either to our like museum or botanical gardens in Cleveland, and we'll go see that because it's similar to that where they'll set up these massive Lego sculptures, and it's cool to see. It's a nice way to spend the day if you got somebody who's interested in it. It's just cool to look at.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
All out of Lego.
What else on this list?
What else? We got National Inane Answering Message Day on Thursday, January 30th. Yes.
What does that even mean?
Let's see. Dates back to 2001, a time when cell phones were not as ubiquitous as they are today. And back then, people had answering machines attached to their landline telephones. And typically, you got a completely incoherent message or meaningless message. It was just a joke to improve. It's a day you're supposed to improve your stupid outgoing message on your answering machine. Do you remember setting those?
I hate this
day.
This is the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Well, I'm not saying these things are interesting. I'm not saying they're great. I'm just saying that they're there. People are actually,
I mean, yeah, it's an odd national day. It's not even
it is
like
an odd national day.
That's so weird. Like, it doesn't even make any sense to have this as a day.
Well, so what made me pick this out is because
I'm not blaming you for picking it out. I'm just saying it's weird that it even exists.
Oh no, I think it's relevant today to a certain extent because you ever call somebody and like they don't have it programmed in, and it's like you have reached 216 4.
You hate that?
Oh my gosh, yes, I do. I want to
prefer. I'd prefer to have their voice on there.
First of all, I want to know that I call the right number. Because, I mean, if I don't have them programmed into my phone, if I'm calling somebody new, right, for some reason, right, I get somebody's number, like a neighbor or like a parent of my kid's friend, and if they don't have it set up, I'm not 100% sure that I'm calling the right person, right? Like, just like, hey, this is Dave, leave a message. Boom, done. Poignant, like 2 seconds. I also want my time, right? I want my 2 seconds. And I don't want the, hey, this is Dave, leave a message, and then your carrier default comes in after that, right? Like the Verizon, after the tone. Don't tell me how to leave a message. It's 2025. I know how to leave a message. Sorry, this is Bree's rants about voicemails. It bothers me.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you definitely don't need to say after the beep, like.
Yeah, well, Verizon will do that. Your carriers, I don't know if they did away with it, but carriers were still doing that for a while. Where even after like I record my outgoing, hi, this is Joe, leave a message, and I'm done. Then the carrier line kicks in, like that pre-recorded thing. After the tone, press 1 to leave a message. I'm like, don't, no. Like,
I'm gonna call your phone, and I want to hear your voicemail.
Okay.
So don't answer it.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
That's gonna get my last name though.
People probably figured it out by now.
There's too many of us anyway.
All right, let's see. Here we go. Oh, there it is. You can just ignore it right away.
Yep.
Hi, you've reached Joe Calabrese. Please leave a message.
That's so boring.
I know, but it's brilliant. And how long did that take you to get to the point where you could leave a message?
Oh, very quick.
A second and a half?
Yeah.
I'm not here to waste your time. You know what a voicemail does. You know what a beep does. Do it.
I want to see if I have mine programmed. Hang on. Oh, I do. I haven't listened to mine in forever. I'm going to see what it says. All right, here we go.
Hello, this is David. Please leave me a message, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Oh, well, that wasn't terrible.
So you make promises.
Yeah.
I'm not going to promise I'm going to get back to you.
I'm glad I looked. Mine was set to default, not my actual voice one.
Oh, yeah. You got to go David over default.
Oh, what's my default one say?
Hello, this is David.
No,
Please
default.
leave me a
It won't even play my default one.
And now here we're struggling on the air with how to actually use your phone.
Yeah. My bad. All right. So let's see. Any other good national days on there?
Not really, but one more thing on the voicemail thing.
Oh, yeah.
Other pet peeve I have, I just want to vent about this, is when people have a full voicemail. So you get through that nonsense, and then it prompts you.
Voicemail is full.
Exactly. After all that, the person you're trying to call has a full voicemail or hasn't set up their voicemail. It's like, dude,
how have you not set it up?
Years ago.
Yeah, you've had this phone number for ever. But the whole full, your voicemail is full.
Yeah.
I think that the iPhone needs to tell you when it's full, because I've actually had people message me and be like, hey, tried to leave you a message, but your voicemail is full. I'm like, well, I didn't know. Like, I try and keep up with deleting messages, but I got no notification. In the day and age of notifications, there's not one for that.
You would think. It's a bit disappointing that Apple, Samsung, whomever doesn't have the feature to just say, hey, your voicemail's full. Although I wonder if that's on the carrier side, not on the phone manufacturer side.
Yeah. And why is it too that it's such low quality audio anyways? Why is there still a limit on how many voicemails you can get?
Oh, yeah. Like, why can I have an entire library of songs and music downloaded and videos and everything else, but I can't fit, 50 voicemails on there? So it's difficult to believe.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I know they're storing them. It's not even on your phone. It's somewhere else. Like, it's in a cloud somewhere.
Carrier. I think those are carrier limitations. So if you like Verizon or AT&T, I think those are limitations by those companies. But I'm not sure I necessarily buy into that either, because if it's on your phone, like, when's the last time anybody accessed their voicemail remotely? Like, what are you gonna do? I don't know. Like, oh, Dave, I don't have my phone with me. First of all, when has that ever said to anybody? I don't have my phone. Let me use your phone to check my voicemail.
Do you remember when you used to have to call into your answering machine from somewhere else?
Yep.
Check
You
it.
had to dial in and get and pre-code your password.
Yeah.
Your phone, like back in the days of the old Nokia candy bars. The speed dial for your voicemail, all it did was it was pre-programmed in there with your PIN number.
Oh no, I'm talking about like before cell phones.
Oh, like calling the answering service on a landline. Basically, you call in and because you pressed a number, didn't you? Like while the outgoing was
when
being
your answering machine
pressed intercept.
Yeah, when it picked up, you could press like a certain code really fast, or if you missed it, you had to call back again.
Yeah, that's right. And then you could enter the password, and it would tell you your voicemails. But that's what I'm talking about. We don't have that anymore.
No.
So why store my voicemails at Verizon? Like, just download them on my phone.
Yeah, I got plenty of space on my phone.
I got cloud storage for days.
Yeah. Anyway. So we got a couple more things left for this show, Breeze. We may not make it the full hour this one.
That's fine.
We have Rejected Vanity Plates.
Oh, yeah.
And we're also going to play a little bit of the age game again.
Okay. Oh, fun. Good. Something for me to fail at.
Yeah, I want to see
It
if
is
you
January. I need to make January more disappointing.
Yeah, but I made sure to pick like kind of. It's not just all over the map. It's like it's actors and actresses who were in like in that group of movies when we were teenagers, like Varsity Blues, stuff like that. Like in that timeline, like mid '90s to early 2000s.
Okay.
So do you want to do that now and then end with yours?
Let's do that, because if that runs long, we can wrap. But yeah, let's do that.
All right. Well, speaking of Varsity Blues, do you remember James Vanderbeek?
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're the Dawson from Dawson's Creek.
Yeah. Which, by the way, it's kind of funny when you look at some of these because this movie came out in '99, and he was playing a high school quarterback. So, how old were you in 1999, Breeze?
Oh, and in 1999, I was 8. Yeah, I was 18.
Yeah, he wasn't too far off.
Right.
I think he was
probably
like
22.
Yeah, I think he was like 22, 23.
Yeah.
Which kind of gives it away. So, how old do you think? How old do you think he is after I've given you these hints?
He's probably 47.
That he is. Good job.
Math.
Yeah. All right. Amy Smart.
Amy Smart. I'm trying to picture Amy Smart.
Yeah, she was in Starship Troopers.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Starship Troopers, that was there. I was there. 50.
Amy Smart is 48. Very close.
Oh, all right, not terrible.
Who was the other girl? The whipped cream bikini girl? What was her? Allie Larder. Is that her name?
Yes, I think so.
I'm gonna look her up. So I forgot about her. Allie Larder.
Unfortunately, she's just known as the whipped cream bikini girl.
Yeah. How old do you think Allie is now?
Well, she would have been. Would she not have been a similar age then? I think.
You gonna go with the same?
No, 1 year older, maybe.
She's 48.
Oh, same. Okay, so same age. Sorry, I was close.
All right. So
Like 9 months older.
the next one is she was one of my favorites when I was growing up. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh yes, absolutely. Agree with you there.
Yeah.
Agree with you there.
Yeah, I know what you did last summer. Oh, did you hear they're making another one of those?
No.
I think it's
Really?
Yeah, I think it's called like I'll Never Forget What You Did Last Summer or something like that. I know. It better not be a piece of shit.
Like, is the creative well really that dry that we need to rehash?
I mean,
I get there's a reboot cycle. I do understand that to a degree, but that seems, I don't know. That seems a bit.
maybe I haven't forgotten yet about what you did last summer.
Right. Like I just like, it's like the Fuller House thing. Like all the sitcom reboots that they did, they rebooted Frasier. So Jennifer Love Hewitt. So I know what you did last summer.
I mean, they're all going to be within a certain age range here.
Well, she was closer to our age though.
So what do you guess?
I think she's not. Let's go with 44.
45, dude. Good job.
Okay. I thought she was about like our age, right? So 44, 45. I should have guessed 45.
Yeah. Do you remember the movie Can't Hardly Wait?
Not vividly. No, I'm sure I saw it at one point when I was, putting up with friends who wanted to see it. But
Well, that had Jennifer Love Hewitt in it, and it also had Seth Green. It was a hilarious movie. It came out in like '98, I think.
I like Seth Green. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. How old do you think Seth Green is now, Breeze?
I'm thinking. No, he's got to be closer to 50 because he had a creative stride. He was already doing like Robot Chicken and everything like that when I was in college. So he was probably in his late 20s at that point. So I'm going to say with 51.
50. Good job, dude. You're killing it this time. I haven't thrown you any weird curveballs yet.
Well, I'm waiting for those. I'm sure they'll come eventually.
Josh Hartnett. Did you see his latest movie?
Who? I'm trying to place him. Who is this again?
He was in The Faculty. He was in 30 Days of Night, or what it was called, 30 Nights of
what?
30 Days of Night or something like that.
Days of Night. I don't think I know who this actor is, not by name. Maybe if I saw him, I would know, but I don't want to look him up because then it'll tell me the age.
That's true. Anyway,
yeah,
he's 46.
Okay, sorry, I don't remember that name.
Jordana Brewster. Do you know who she is?
No, not by name.
All right, she was. Do you remember Fast and the Furious?
Yes.
It was Dom's sister.
Okay, Dom's sister in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, she had a little sandwich shop that what's his name? Paul. What's his name? Anyway.
Oh, yeah. I'm blanking on his name too. Yeah. Okay.
You just gotta take a shot in the dark. You're like, think she might have been this age?
No, yeah, basically. I'm just trying to remember. I'm trying to do the math. Okay, Fast and the Furious was here, and then she would have been. I'm gonna say she's probably 52.
She's 44, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess. Well, see, here's the problem: is now I'm basing it off of when the movie came out, and we all know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That I am terrible at when movies came out. Right.
Well, I think first Fast and Furious was 2000. I think 99, 2000, right there. 2001, maybe.
Okay, she was she was that young then. Okay, well.
Yeah, she'd have been like 20 or 21. So yeah, it makes sense. A couple more here. Brendan Fraser.
Oh, yeah. So, what's the first thing you saw Brendan Fraser in?
Yeah, Encino Man.
Yep, that's exactly what I was. That's all I knew him in for the longest time. And then I think I went from because he did that weird movie
Airheads as well.
I saw Airheads much later.
Yeah.
And I liked Airheads. Was it him, Adam Sandler, and Steve Buscemi?
Yeah, I think it was actually.
Yeah, Harold Ramis has a pretty funny cameo in there.
He's
sorry,
I know. I like most people probably think of him from The Mummy.
The Mummy. I was gonna say that it would basically went from there, and then I saw him in Airheads years later.
I loved him in Blast from the Past. That was a hilarious movie.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
What?
Add it to the disappointment pile, Dave. Just add it to the disappointment.
The great
pile.
Christopher Walken, Reese Witherspoon.
Wow. Okay. Apparently, I really need to see this one. I'm going to add this to the list.
You want me to give you like a quick synopsis of the film?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Back when the Cold War was happening, Christopher Walken. I'm not spoiling anything. You find this out in the first 3 minutes of the movie. He was building an underground bunker to withstand the fallout if there was a nuclear war. And something happened, and they ended up, as Brendan Fraser was a kid, they ended up going down in there. They locked the doors for like 40 years or whatever it was. And then he finally, for some reason or other, came back out after that. And it's such a great movie. Like, cause this kid who his whole environment was based around like the 50s came back out into like the 2000s or like 99. And
that's kind of so. Was this like a typecasting for Brendan Fraser? It's like, dude, you're from the past, and we're gonna fast forward you to the future.
Yeah.
Except for now, you're no longer a caveman.
You're not a caveman anymore. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
I've got clips. Sorry. How old is Brendan Fraser?
He's take a guess.
I was gonna say he's probably 55.
Oh, dude, he's 56.
Okay, I'm close. I just that makes sense.
All right.
He's actually a really nice guy. It pops up in my newsfeed every so often, and like he attends like cons and everything, all the nerd cons and everything like that. I guess he's incredibly nice. Like he's incredibly friendly with fans, and yeah, it's really, I don't know. I think he's one of the good ones, if you will, in terms of actors. Like one of the guys that like, oh yeah, you're cool.
Yeah, he seems like he would be.
Well, yeah, some do, and then they're like, oh.
All right, I got three more. We'll go through these ones a little quicker here. Mila Jovovich.
Oh, Fifth Element.
Yes. Or Jovovich, as most people call her.
Yeah. And then Resident Evil, she was in those too.
Mm-hmm.
Fifth Element, big fan of that. So that would have been in like 98-ish for Fifth Element. And she probably would have been
was 90. No, it was like mid 90s, like 95.
Was it mid 90s?
95, maybe, I think.
Okay, so she was in her early 20s then. Yeah, so she'd be what, 56?
Oh, shit. You were closer than I was. It was 1997.
Oh,
Wow. Damn. I'm embarrassed. What age did you say?
56.
She's 49.
Whoa. She was young in that movie then.
Yeah. All right. A couple more
Wow.
here. The great Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God. That's a curveball. Because
Yes.
that we were all like, okay, you're in the 40s, you're
Yeah.
in, it's like 40s and 50s. Well, Cage has got to be Nicholas Coppola Cage. 75?
75? Jeez, man.
How old's Nick Cage?
61.
Okay. Hey, you know what? He's got 14 years of crazy behind those eyes, all right?
That's true.
That's
he
all
does,
I got.
yeah. All right. Last
about that.
one of playing the age game. Breeze, how old is Nicole Kidman?
Oh, now this one I should probably know. She was another one of my favorites back in the day. Mainly from like Moulin Rouge. Did you ever see that one?
Not as much as you have.
Yeah, well, okay. So Kidman is, if I remember correctly, she's about
What all she's been in?
15 years older than I, or less.
Oh, did you ever see the movie The Others?
No.
Yeah, that came out in like, I think it was in the like later 90s, I think. Maybe like, I think like 98. But it was based, it was like all ghost stuff. It was really cool. Like it's actually really hard to explain because there's a big twist in it. And
Oh yeah, you don't want to spoil anything. Even some of those movies, even if they're older, you don't want to spoil them. Well, she was married to Tom Cruise for a while. I remembered her from like Eyes Wide Shut, and she did a bunch of stuff like that. Oh, Days of Thunder, actually. She was in that with Tom Cruise as well.
that was like what, 89 or something like that?
Yeah, definitely. That was a cool movie. So she's got to be mid to late 50s then. So I would say, let's go with 56.
57. Close
Oh,
enough. Close enough. Well done, sir. Well done.
All except for Nicolas Cage. Sorry, Nick.
All right.
Got your age wrong by a lot.
All right. So, all right. Let's, sorry. I had an email pop up. Don't read that on the air.
Your email on the show?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I took a glance, caught my attention. There's a job coming up. Anyway, all right. So let's do. We got a few minutes left here. Let's check out the vanity plates that were rejected from 2024.
Yeah. So apparently this is a thing now. A lot of the states, DMVs or BMVs, if you have a Bureau of Motor Vehicles instead of a department, like Ohio does for some reason, makes it sound fancy. Will publish their rejected. Well, actually, they kind of have to. They publish all the rejected vanity plates that go out there. I think probably as a reference point for
People trying to do it.
Right, exactly. So I got a couple from here, from like Illinois, from Ohio, and a lot of these things here. So let's go through some of them. I'm just going to read some of them out and see if you can kind of figure some of these things out on their own.
Okay, I'm going to write them down as you're doing it.
Okay, yeah. All right, so some of them make sense here. So we have Kokane.
Ah, cocaine. They rejected that, huh?
Yep. Yeah, surprisingly. DNUTTZZ.
It's either donuts or D's nuts.
I think it's supposed to be D nuts, but they rejected that one. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Some of these I'm not going to read on the air.
No, you should give me a couple. Give me like one bad one.
Trying to find one that's cleaner.
No. Give me a really bad one. Just one, Breeze.
Okay. PU SY MGT.
MGT. Wait, did you say KUS?
PU.
Oh. Well, that would be a particular type of magnet.
It would.
They rejected that one too, huh?
They did. PUZZYY was rejected, as you would expect.
Bummer.
I like this one here, actually. FKGSHUP.
Something shut the fuck up or something.
I think it's effing shit up. I think is what it's probably going is FKG SHUP.
Yeah. Yeah. They need to start incorporating some numbers in there to disguise it a little bit better, maybe.
Yeah, let's see here.
Give me another bad one.
I'm looking for some ones that have some numbers in them. Oh, here we go. RUL8AF2.
Are you late as fuck too?
As in, like, I'm late. Are you late? Are you late AF as well?
That's pretty funny.
That's how I read that one.
Yeah.
I like that one. I think that's pretty funny.
That's a creative one, yeah.
Yeah, especially because it incorporates the numbers. We have BLOWM3. That's a classic one there.
Yep. Don't even need to write that one down.
Nope. A3SMAN. Another one you don't really need to write down.
A3S what?
MAN.
Oh. Assman?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Mafia is flat out rejected.
All
Just
right.
any derivatives of that. I'm like, I mean, kind of.
They didn't even try and hide it.
No. I like F space KING space VW.
Space what?
VW. I assume this went on a Volkswagen.
Oh. My goodness.
PRK N8ER.
Parkinator?
Yeah.
Parkinator?
And they blocked that. Yeah.
What's wrong with that one?
I don't know. That's one of the more perplexing ones on this list.
I'm missing something in there. I don't know what it is.
Unless they're concerned, I think they're looking for like key things. I'm wondering if maybe the 8er could be misinterpreted.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
All right. Give me one or two more.
Okay, this one I actually
Filthy one too at the end.
Oh, filthy one. Oh gosh.
Yes.
All right, I'll give you a non-filthy one first because I actually kind of like this one because it's a phrase I use a lot. A 0, a space, PHKS.
Oh, 0 fugs given or something like that? Yeah.
Yes. I just want one that says ZFG. I might get that as my license plate. They can figure that out. They probably won't censor that one.
No, maybe not.
Trying to find an inappropriate one here. Scanning through. There's quite a few of them here. Well, here's one that probably went on maybe a Tesla or maybe not a Tesla. FUMUSK.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see why that one got flagged.
Here we go. CUN7Y.
CUN7Y. Ah, I see it now.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
So we'll end on that one.
Oh my God. Those are great. I love they publish these for people to look at.
Here's a whole list too. Ohio's very thorough. Like they actually they posted every single one on their website, that's why I was scanning through a lot of them as quickly as I could because they put them all. They even tell you what date they were rejected on too. That's kind of funny.
Huh. Oh, well, there you go.
There's tons of mafia ones in here. Like I've been scrolling through this list, and that's the word that comes up the most. That's like not a slur of some kind.
You know what's weird about that though? If you're in the mafia, you're not going to put that on your license plate.
No.
Like, so what's the harm in it, right?
Yeah, I guess you're promoting organized crime. I suppose I don't know. It's the DMV, man. They got nothing better to do.
Yeah. Oh, I had a question for you too, because I was talking to my daughter the other night, and emails came up in conversation. Email addresses specifically.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember what your first email address was that you made yourself? What was it?
Yes. It was jbreeze@juno.com.
All right. Well, not what I hoped for.
Nothing really crazy. I stuck with Breeze. JBreeze has been around for a long time.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you mine?
I feel like you might have, but remind me.
It was pimpdaddy420@yahoo.com.
Nice. Nice. Well, I did that way back in the day. You couldn't have very long handles. Like in the late, this was 1997 that I actually had one, maybe even earlier, maybe 95 when they had those free email services that you could get. So there was a character limit. You couldn't have it was limited. It was maybe almost 10 characters or 12 characters. It was very, very limited to what you could do.
I'm embarrassed about mine.
I don't know. I've heard a lot worse.
Oh my god. There's actually like there's funny skits and stuff I've seen on like YouTube about like, you know, when you're grown up and you're still using your like teenager email address.
Oh my gosh. I advise people so much to do that when I was like helping like college or high school, and like I'd be like, okay, whatever you do, you need to get a new email address.
Yeah, like right now.
Like now.
Yeah. Do not put that on anything.
No, I know Joe went through a few that he was trying to, you know, because he had those funny. You had the Hotmail ones, right? Your Yahoo ones or your Hotmail ones or whatever that they got kind of crazy.
Yeah, I remember his PSU one he had.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Was it Enforcer?
Yeah. He had a goofy one. I mean, at least I guess it didn't make that much sense.
It didn't really, and it wasn't offensive in any way. It was just, you know,
Childish.
It was a kind of it was like try hard cool name, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh yeah, you know, like butt kicker.
butt kicker. Wow.
Everyone's got that. We should just start emailing them. We should just start emailing and be like, hey, I just want to see if this email works.
Yeah, let me know if it does. We should.
Some people might respond to that. We should do this maybe.
Yeah, just see if we get. I mean, most of them probably get kicked back, but just think of like the most like horrendous stuff possible.
Oh my gosh, this is a great idea. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna write it down. Maybe we'll start doing this and we can report back in a couple episodes to see what happens.
All right, well, let's wrap this one up. So, everybody, thank you for joining us for another episode, and we'll see you next Monday.
Yeah.